from OBS. Should be. Yo, I'm gonna screen share real quick. Help me out here. Oh, I think we're good. I think we're actually live.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, careful you don't show any personal information, Richard.
Lol. It's pretty hard to do if I'm setting shit up on Facebook, but yeah, you're right.
Do you
Okay.
have a secondary monitor?
Yeah, I could probably hook one up. There's not a lot of space. But yeah, I'll certainly have to do that. Luke, I know you gotta go in a couple minutes, man, but can we get your take on the whole gun, like, because I had said something goofy about like one of your memes that you posted, and I guess the broader question is, like, I suspect you sort of have a sympathy with these sort of anti-gun marches that are going on. Can you like maybe sort of elaborate on that?
Well, that thing that I posted was just just how the media gave them that cover, you know, and they got the cover of Time and stuff, and like it just seems like this has been an issue amongst other races and stuff like that for so long that, like, I just don't understand why now. You know what I mean? Like that's what I was getting at when I posted that.
You mean like it's been, you're saying like it's been going on with other minority groups for so long, the gun deaths and shit. It's like, why are people concerned about it now?
And I will admit, before I go any further, I'm not, I watch the news every day like that, but it just seemed like, they got all this attention, or the school shooting, this is now,
Yeah. It is interesting. I guess the thing I'd say is it's really interesting when you start talking about gun crime in sort of minority neighborhoods. Like, it's really really bad, and when I mean that's just you can observe that. But when you ask somebody about it, it's like, if you ask anybody in the mainstream about it, like not just us plebs or whatever, but like the larger Democratic Party operatives, they just don't want to touch it. They don't ever want to touch it. It is curious.
Yeah. Sensitive issue.
Yeah, I don't know why it's sensitive though. Like it's obviously a problem. Like, why can't we talk about it?
And with all races, not just one or the other. You know what I mean? Like guns hurt everyone. Gun violence is existent in every community. It's not. It hasn't gone anywhere.
Well, I would argue that it's observably monumentally higher rates in black and Latino communities than it is in white communities. If you go to any inner city with a majority, black population, gun crime is through the roof. Like Chicago's a good example.
Violence. Right.
Yeah, it's brutal. But you're talking about sort of a black majority in the areas that are like the most violent, and you're also talking about like the strictest gun laws in the nation. So it sort of draws an interesting contrast.
Right, and different demographics for sure. I mean, if you're going to be in the inner city or whatever, you're right. Like, those numbers are going to be primarily Latino and black, stuff like that. But I mean, accidental gun violence and happens amongst the white community all the time, and even intentional. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's not non-existent, but you're probably right, it does happen more so in these more urban communities because that lifestyle is glorified somehow. Like, being in a gang and rap and all that crap, and only wanting to be cool and all this shit. Like, these kids are really influenced by that.
Sure.
And I don't know what happens, like that they want to use them on each other and stuff, but You're right. It is a lot more common in the community.
I guess I understand the argument, and then certainly like you could make the cultural you could take the argument from a cultural perspective, and it's like rap music and like whatever. A lot of people like try and equate the amount of money that goes into the communities, and they say, oh, poverty just sort of breeds the idea. But I think if you look at the gun crime statistics in majority black or majority Honduran American communities, and you draw a parallel to where those people came from, and then look at the same crime statistics, and you find an almost identical percentage, then you're sort of separating the culture of the United States, which is apparently different than the culture of Honduras, for example.
Right. Hey, the guy that I'm actually about to go hang out with,
Yeah.
He wants to know. Can we link?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely, I'd love to,
Where you want
dude.
that?
Absolutely, man. Hey, by the way, Luke, I really respect you because you're never like afraid to like engage in discourse, and like it gets a little trolly on like via the text. So I really appreciate you coming on, man. I think it's a much more human experience.
Hey, no problem, man. I'm here to let you know that you're my boy and you're my friend and stuff like that. I don't all day, dude. I don't hold any hard feelings against you. You have your opinion. It's okay to talk about them.
Yeah,
And I know you love talking.
I do, man, and I know you do too, man. Like the more discourse, the better, in my opinion. So, can we get an ETA? What are you talking, like 20 minutes or so?
Give me about 15 to 20 minutes because I gotta go to his house and
All right.
I'm gonna talk it over with him. We're gonna catch up and then I'm gonna mention you and he's probably gonna join.
Bitchin'. Can't wait, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks, Dave.
Hey, thanks to you, man.
It was nice to meet you.